FYI is interactive. From your opinions to news you think we should be covering, we want to hear it all. From occupying to violence, dozens of police officers in riot gear and hundreds of protesters clashed in downtown Oakland, with authorities using tear gas to dispel the crowd. Police removed about 170 demonstrators who had been staying in the area overnight after repeatedly being warned that such a camp was illegal. The mayor said the plaza had become unsafe and unsanitary, while several arrests were made.
People who wanted to leave were given the opportunity to leave along with their property. We had about 30 people that left on their own without any incidents. As the officers moved in, we ended up arresting about 75 people. That's an approximate number now, but we're still processing the number of arrestees, and that number will likely increase.
A huge cleanup is continuing following this week's devastating floods in the east of the country. Large numbers of businesses and homes remain damaged by floodwater. A spokesperson for the Dublin Dundrum Shopping Centre, however, says most shops will reopen there this morning. Motorists are still advised to take care on the roads. A few miracles left. Early this morning, an 18-year-old man was pulled alive from a collapsed building in the town of Urches. Some 2,000 buildings collapsed during the earthquake, and with persistent aftershocks, conditions for rescuers remain dangerous. Meanwhile, 3 days after the 7.2 magnitude quake, hundreds of victims now homeless are still queuing for tents. Turkey is still a country very much devastated on all sides. Michael Jackson's nurse has testified that the singer asked her to help him get the powerful anaesthetic propofol, but she warned him it was unsafe for use in a home setting. She said she warned Jackson it could kill him if he used it as a sleep aid.
I knew I was working with a great entertainer, and I said, what if you start forgetting your lines? Actually, I had written that out. And he said, I would never forget my lines. And he didn't too much want to listen to all the other symptoms. He just kept telling me that doctors told me it would be safe.
Liftoff for Boeing. A much anticipated Boeing 787 Dreamliner has made its inaugural commercial flight today. The passenger jet took off from Tokyo bound for Hong Kong. The new jet is the first commercial airliner built using carbon fibre, which is quieter and saves about 20% on fuel. And finally, check this out. It's a time-lapse of the Northern Lights over Perry Lake in Kansas. On Monday night, the display could be seen as far south as Oklahoma City, Memphis and Atlanta. The light show was caused by a solar outburst. FYI is interactive. From your opinions to news you think we should be covering, we want to hear it all. FYI is available to you 24/7 online for all the information you need to know. Simply log on to tv3.ie/3e/FYI. Here you'll find the latest stories, video catch-ups, comments and the FYI blog. We're also available to you on Twitter and Facebook. Just log on to the website and hit the social networking shortcuts. Time now for a look at the funniest clips on the web. Here's our top 5. At number 5, carpets, not so fluffy when rolled up and driven by a forklift. At number 4, why skateboard flips and short legs don't go. Ouch. At number 3, can't afford a convertible, didn't stop this guy. At number 2, those traffic wardens are definitely getting more sneaky. And number 1 today, looks like the cameraman has a favourite news anchor.
Now, a DTE spokesperson says the problems with the gas line were mostly fixed around 4 yesterday afternoon. Workers were able to check most homes by 7 last night. They say all workers were required to leave a note behind explaining why they had to enter the home and lock the door as they left. Mike?
Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate that. All right.
Tune in to FYI later for the newest downloads. We'll have more on the top stories, plus catch up on today's tech news with Cassie, and Paul will be here with all the sport. We'll see you back here at 6, right here on 3E.